Better be careful, I've got power. Yep. So I just want to begin by saying it's nice to be back again and to see you all. And I always feel, it feels like coming home now. I honestly don't have a clue how many years I've been coming here. Maybe it's a good thing I don't have a clue, because I would begin to feel very old. But it's lovely to come, and you always make me very, very welcome, and thank you very, very much for that. Now, will I begin with a story? We have a lot of things to do this morning, so maybe I'll begin with where I want to, and then if we have time, I might tell you a story at the end. In the gospel this morning, there's a little phrase there that is very, very, very important, at least in my life, and it's a phrase I'm very aware of, and I try to remember and practice in my life. And it's that beautiful words that Jesus spoke to the disciples, to the apostles, when they were out there in the middle of the sea and caught in a pretty bad storm. He came and he said, I even love saying the words, do not be afraid. Does anybody know how many times Jesus said that? Jenny Mac, honest to God, you always got one. Yeah. Where is he? Well done. Were you at the last Mass? Well, there you go. Well done. You're spot on. He said that more often than anything else in the gospel. And that's amazing, isn't it? And well done 365 times. Once for every day of the year. Now, just for a moment, do you have any fears? And I guarantee you, every one of us here, including me, we all have fears. Fear is a very dominant thing or power in our life. It dictates many of the things we do, and more so many of the things we don't do and that we ought to do. How often have you or I been asked by somebody, will you do this or will you do that? And what do we say? Oh, no, I can't do that. Or I couldn't do that. Or no, I've never done anything like that. Now, pause. What is the fear there? Because that's what makes you say that. No, I couldn't do that. I can't. We come up with all kinds of excuses. What is the basic fear? Failure. Hey, you're very clever here. You're way ahead of me. That's it, Jerry. The basic fear of failure. We all are absolutely scared of failing. Yet, failure is a very important part of our lives. I thank God for all my failures. I have had many, many failures in my life. Do I feel embarrassed saying that? Not a bit. Do I look back and feel sorrowful or sad that I've had so many failures? No, because I wouldn't be here today. And I wouldn't be where I am now, but for the many failures in my life. Because failure is a wonderful school. It's a great school. It's the best university you ever went to. We don't learn very much from our successes, but we learn a great deal from our failures. And I have proven that in my own life, in my own personal life. Good. So if I'm offered a challenge, I'm willing now to give it a go, even though if I fail, well, that's human. It's human to fail. It's human to make a mistake. The other thing is fear. We all have fears of illness, maybe a fear of cancer. And I was reading a statistic recently where most older people today, their predominant fear is the fear of dementia or senility, not being able to, your mind fully function. I think we all live with that today. But have you ever noticed a couple of things about fear? It's rarely in the present. It's almost always in the future, in the tomorrow, or next week, or next month. So it's never real. And there's fear, the acronym, if you take it, FEAR, the acronym is false evidence appearing real. And if you think about that, that's very, very true. And another little thing about fear, I did anyhow, and some of you here are old enough to remember this, we grew up in fear in the church, didn't we? I remember rarely hearing a homily or a sermon when I was young that made me go leave church and feel happy. You often left full of fear. You were told if you don't do this and if you do this, you'll go to hell for all eternity. We were ruled by fear. Yet here's Jesus saying, time and time and time again, do not be afraid. Is there two little good principles about fear? Going back to the church and the fear of going to hell and so on, I remember coming across a phrase one time, religion is populated by people afraid of going to hell, whereas spirituality is practiced by people who have been through hell. And it makes a difference, doesn't it? When you've been through a difficult time in your life, or you've been through hell, so to speak, you're a lot more spiritual. So to conclude, what are my antidotes to fear? Well, first and foremost, when I am fearful about something, I take the fear out and I examine it. And I say, why am I fearful? What has this fear to teach me? Fear can be a teaching process. What has this fear to teach me? And number two, and most important of all, to be able to pray from the heart, not just from the lips, is a powerful prayer, and it works. And I can guarantee you it works. It never fails me. If I'm worried about something, or I'm anxious, or there's something on my mind, I ask the Lord to help me. And then I say that most powerful prayer, Jesus, I trust in you. Now, you must actually feel it. To say it is no good. You must feel it in your heart. Jesus, I trust in you. And you must feel it coming from the depths of your heart. And when you do that, believe me, the fear just pales into insignificance. So remember those beautiful words in the gospel this morning. Do not be afraid. And when you are afraid, just say from your heart, Jesus, I trust in you.